talk a little bit about Mary Magdalene, or Mary Magdalene. And I will warn you, it is a deacon's take, which is usually a downer. So, Mary Magdalene.
Excuse me, could you tell us why a deacon's voice can be a downer? What does a deacon do?
It's the job of the deacon to bring to light social injustice and to serve those who are poor and in need and widowed and orphaned. So it can be a downer. So Mary is from, or was from, a port town called Magdala that was on the Sea of Galilee, and she was Jewish, and that's where her name comes from, Mary of Magdala, Mary Magdalene. And I went looking for some things about Mary that maybe we don't know. And I'm not talking about conspiracy theories, I'm talking about actual scholarly study. And I found this really interesting thing that happened in the 6th century. Pope Gregory decided that it was very unseemly that Jesus had so many encounters with random unknown women. And that perhaps some of these encounters were actually a narrative of one woman or two women that he met over and over and over. So Mary of Magdala's narrative went something like this. She was the bride of Canaan, and her husband left her after their wedding to follow Jesus. And so she turned to other men for comfort and became an adulteress. The same adulteress that Jesus saved from stoning. Somewhere in there she becomes a prostitute, and she opens herself up to a whole bunch of sin, and she becomes possessed by demons. And Jesus cures her of these demons. He exorcises the demons, and she is so grateful that she finds him with a jar of expensive ointment, and she anoints his feet with her tears and wipes them with her hair. Hence, she's the prostitute or the fallen woman we read about in Scripture. At which point, she somehow pulls together a whole bunch of resources and goes with him along his ministry to support him financially. Now, the church didn't really stick with this story for very long, but the part about Mary of Magdalene being a prostitute stuck. So I just want to clear that up this morning. Mary was not a prostitute.
I'm sure glad the children are upstairs.
But the lesson that I take from this is that we can twist Scripture. We can tie it up in little knots and use it to take a person who was central to Jesus' ministry, who was a part of the inner circle, was part of the inner group, and diminish her to prostitute. So that we can say about her, oh, the prostitute. And we've done it since, over and over again. Slavery is right. Therefore, racism is fine. Women should be silent, so we don't have to ordain them. You are disabled, therefore you are cursed by God. You are gay, therefore you are not worthy. We do it over and over again. We take the story that bears, we take the book that bears the story, the glorious story of Easter morning, and we twist it to serve our purposes. So I ask you to remember that as we celebrate the risen Christ, the Christ is not the only one who was raised this morning. All of humanity is raised this morning. We are all raised. The people we hold down have been raised. We are all raised through grace in Christ.
Amen.